Self-doubt is a pervasive issue that affects individuals across various cultures and walks of life. In the context of Buddhism, self-doubt is recognized as a significant hindrance to spiritual growth and personal well-being. Buddhism, with its profound understanding of the human mind and its intricacies, offers unique insights into the nature of self-doubt and provides practical tools to overcome it. The teachings of the Buddha emphasize the importance of recognizing and addressing self-doubt as part of the broader journey towards enlightenment and inner peace. In Buddhism, self-doubt is often linked to the concept of dukkha, which refers to suffering or dissatisfaction. This form of suffering arises from our attachment to false perceptions of ourselves and the world around us. Self-doubt can manifest as feelings of inadequacy, fear of failure, or a lack of confidence in one's abilities. These negative emotions can create mental barriers that prevent individuals from realizing their true potential and achieving a state of inner harmony. The Buddhist path encourages practitioners to confront self-doubt through self-awareness and mindfulness. By cultivating an understanding of the impermanent and interconnected nature of all things, individuals can begin to see through the illusions that give rise to self-doubt. This process involves a deep exploration of one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, guided by the principles laid out in Buddhist teachings. Moreover, Buddhism teaches that self-doubt is not an inherent part of our being, but rather a conditioned response that can be transformed. Through practices such as meditation, ethical conduct, and wisdom, individuals can develop a more balanced and compassionate view of themselves. This transformation is not about eliminating self-doubt entirely, but rather learning to navigate it with greater clarity and resilience. In summary, self-doubt is a common challenge that Buddhism addresses with its rich array of teachings and practices. By understanding the roots of self-doubt and applying Buddhist principles, individuals can embark on a path towards greater self-acceptance and spiritual fulfillment. The journey may be challenging, but it is also profoundly rewarding, offering a way to transcend the limitations imposed by self-doubt and discover a deeper sense of peace and purpose. Self-doubt is a pervasive and often debilitating mental state that can hinder personal growth and fulfillment. In the context of Buddhism, self-doubt is understood as a form of suffering that arises from ignorance and attachment. It manifests as a lack of confidence in one's abilities, decisions, and intrinsic worth. This mental state is not merely a fleeting emotion, but a deeply ingrained pattern of thought that can obstruct the path to enlightenment. Buddhism teaches that self-doubt is rooted in the delusion of a permanent, unchanging self. This delusion leads individuals to cling to a false sense of identity, which is often shaped by external validation and societal expectations. When these external factors fail to meet our expectations, self-doubt creeps in, causing us to question our value and capabilities. This cycle perpetuates suffering and keeps us trapped in samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Moreover, self-doubt is closely linked to the three poisons in Buddhism: ignorance, attachment, and aversion. Ignorance blinds us to our true nature and potential. Attachment makes us cling to unrealistic standards and external approval, and aversion causes us to reject our own worth when we fall short of these standards. These poisons feed into each other, creating a vicious cycle that reinforces self-doubt. Understanding the nature of self-doubt from a Buddhist perspective involves recognizing it as an impermanent and conditioned phenomenon. It is not an inherent part of who we are, but rather a mental construct that can be deconstructed through mindful awareness and compassionate understanding. By acknowledging the transient nature of self-doubt, we can begin to loosen its grip on our minds and open ourselves up to the possibility of transformation. In essence, self-doubt is a form of dukkha, or suffering, that arises from our misperceptions about ourselves and the world around us. By cultivating wisdom, prajna, and ethical conduct, sila, we can begin to see through these misperceptions and develop a more accurate understanding of our true nature. This understanding lays the foundation for overcoming self-doubt and moving towards a state of inner peace and confidence. The Four Noble Truths form the cornerstone of Buddhist teachings and offer profound insights into the nature of self-doubt. The first noble truth, the truth of suffering, dukkha, acknowledges that life is inherently filled with various forms of suffering, including the mental anguish caused by self-doubt. This recognition is crucial because it validates the experience of self-doubt as a universal human condition rather than a personal failing. By understanding that self-doubt is a part of the broader spectrum of suffering, individuals can begin to approach it with greater compassion and less judgment. The second noble truth identifies the cause of suffering, which is craving or attachment, tanha. In the context of self-doubt, this craving often manifests as an attachment to certain outcomes, identities, or societal expectations. For instance, one might doubt their abilities because they are overly attached to the idea of being perfect or successful according to external standards. This attachment creates a fertile ground for self-doubt to flourish. Recognizing this can help individuals see that their self-doubt is not an inherent flaw, but a result of misplaced attachments and desires. The third noble truth offers hope by stating that there is an end to suffering. This cessation, nirodha, can be achieved by relinquishing attachment and craving. In terms of self-doubt, this means letting go of the rigid expectations and judgments we hold about ourselves. By understanding that our worth is not contingent upon meeting certain criteria or achieving specific goals, we can begin to dissolve the self-imposed barriers that fuel our doubts. This liberation from attachment paves the way for a more authentic and confident sense of self. The fourth noble truth outlines the path to the cessation of suffering, known as the eightfold path. This path provides practical steps for overcoming self-doubt by fostering right understanding, intention, speech, action, livelihood, effort, mindfulness, and concentration. Each aspect of the eightfold path offers tools to dismantle the roots of self-doubt and cultivate a more balanced and resilient mind. For example, right understanding helps us see through the illusions that feed our doubts, while right effort encourages us to cultivate positive mental states and abandon negative ones. In summary, the Four Noble Truths provide a comprehensive framework for understanding and addressing self-doubt. By recognizing its universality, identifying its causes in attachment and craving, envisioning its cessation through letting go, and following a practical path to overcome it, individuals can transform their relationship with self-doubt. This transformation is not about eradicating doubt entirely, but about developing a wiser and more compassionate approach to it, ultimately leading to greater inner peace and confidence. The Eightfold Path, a core teaching in Buddhism, offers a comprehensive framework for addressing and overcoming self-doubt. This path is divided into 8 interconnected practices that guide individuals toward ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. By integrating these practices into daily life, one can gradually diminish the grip of self-doubt and cultivate a more confident and peaceful state of mind. Right understanding is the first step on the Eightfold Path and involves seeing things as they truly are. This means recognizing the impermanent and interdependent nature of all phenomena, including our thoughts and emotions. By understanding that self-doubt is not an inherent part of our being, but rather a transient mental state, we can begin to loosen its hold on us. Right intention follows, emphasizing the importance of cultivating wholesome intentions. This involves committing to personal growth and the well-being of others. When we set intentions rooted in kindness, compassion, and non-harming, we create a mental environment less conducive to self-doubt. Our focus shifts from self-criticism to positive aspirations. Right speech encourages us to engage in truthful, harmonious, and constructive communication. This principle extends to our internal dialogue as well. By practicing right speech internally, we can transform negative self-talk into affirmations of our inherent worth and potential. Speaking kindly to ourselves helps dismantle the narratives that fuel self-doubt. Right action involves ethical conduct through our actions. When we act with integrity and align our behavior with our values, we build self-respect and confidence. Ethical actions reinforce our sense of worthiness and reduce the cognitive dissonance that often underlies self-doubt. Right livelihood advises us to pursue occupations that do not cause harm to others. Engaging in work that aligns with our values fosters a sense of purpose and fulfillment. When we feel good about how we earn our living, it bolsters our self-esteem and diminishes feelings of inadequacy. Right effort is about diligently cultivating positive states of mind while preventing negative ones from arising. This requires consistent effort to develop qualities such as patience, perseverance, and resilience. By applying right effort, we actively counteract the tendencies that give rise to self-doubt. Right mindfulness involves maintaining awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without attachment or aversion. Through mindfulness practices, we learn to observe self-doubt as it arises without identifying with it. This detachment allows us to see self-doubt as just another passing mental event, rather than a defining feature of who we are. Right concentration refers to developing deep states of meditative absorption. Through concentration practices, we cultivate a focused and tranquil mind. A calm mind is less likely to be swayed by the turbulent waves of self-doubt. Instead, it remains steady and clear, providing a solid foundation for inner confidence. By diligently practicing the eightfold path, individuals can systematically address the root causes of self-doubt. Each aspect of the path contributes to building a more resilient and positive mindset. As we progress along this path, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and our potential, ultimately leading to the conquest of self-doubt and the realization of our true nature. Mindfulness and meditation practices are central to the Buddhist approach for addressing self-doubt. These practices serve as tools to cultivate awareness, presence, and a deeper understanding of one's thoughts and emotions. Mindfulness, or sati in Pali, involves paying close attention to the present moment without judgment. By observing thoughts and feelings as they arise, individuals can begin to see the transient nature of self-doubt and recognize it as just another passing mental state, rather than an inherent truth about themselves. Meditation, particularly mindfulness meditation, vipassana, provides a structured environment to practice this awareness. During meditation, practitioners focus on their breath, bodily sensations, or a specific object of concentration. When self-doubt arises during meditation, the practitioner is encouraged to acknowledge it without attachment or aversion. This non-reactive observation helps to weaken the power of self-doubt over time, as one learns not to identify with these negative thoughts. Another effective meditation practice is metta bhavana, or loving-kindness meditation. This practice involves generating feelings of compassion and love towards oneself and others. By repeatedly directing positive intentions towards oneself, practitioners can counteract the harsh inner critic that fuels self-doubt. Over time, this practice fosters a sense of inner warmth and acceptance, which can significantly diminish feelings of inadequacy. Mindfulness extends beyond formal meditation sessions into daily life. Engaging in mindful activities such as walking, eating, or even washing dishes can help maintain a state of present-moment awareness throughout the day. This continuous mindfulness allows individuals to catch self-doubt early and address it before it spirals into more pervasive negative thinking. Incorporating mindfulness and meditation into daily routines requires consistency and patience. The benefits may not be immediate, but with regular practice, individuals often find that their relationship with self-doubt transforms. They become more resilient, better able to manage their thoughts and emotions, and develop a more compassionate view of themselves. Ultimately, mindfulness and meditation practices offer a pathway to greater self-awareness and emotional balance. By cultivating these practices, individuals can learn to navigate self-doubt with grace and equanimity, leading to a more peaceful and confident state of being. In Buddhism, compassion, karuna, and loving-kindness, metta, are fundamental qualities that play a crucial role in overcoming self-doubt. These virtues are not only directed towards others, but also towards oneself. Self-doubt often stems from harsh self-criticism and a lack of self-compassion. By cultivating compassion and loving-kindness, individuals can begin to soften their inner dialogue and treat themselves with the same kindness they would offer to a friend in distress. Compassion involves recognizing the suffering of oneself and others and having a genuine desire to alleviate it. When we practice compassion towards ourselves, we acknowledge our own struggles and imperfections without judgment. This acknowledgement is the first step in addressing self-doubt, as it allows us to see our challenges clearly without being overwhelmed by them. Instead of berating ourselves for perceived failures or shortcomings, we learn to approach these experiences with a gentle and understanding mindset. Loving kindness, on the other hand, is the practice of developing unconditional love and goodwill towards all beings, including oneself. Through metta-meditation, practitioners systematically extend feelings of love and kindness, starting from themselves and gradually expanding to include loved ones, acquaintances, strangers, and even those with whom they have conflicts. This practice helps to break down barriers of negativity and self-criticism, replacing them with positive affirmations and a sense of interconnectedness. By integrating compassion and loving kindness into daily life, individuals can create a supportive inner environment that counters the effects of self-doubt. These practices encourage a shift from a mindset of inadequacy to one of acceptance and growth. When we are compassionate towards ourselves, we are more likely to take risks, make mistakes, and learn from them without falling into the trap of self-doubt. Loving kindness fosters resilience by reinforcing the belief that we are worthy of love and capable of overcoming challenges. Moreover, compassion and loving kindness extend beyond personal development. They enhance our relationships with others. As we become more compassionate towards ourselves, we naturally become more empathetic and understanding towards those around us. This creates a positive feedback loop where supportive relationships further bolster our confidence and reduce self-doubt. In summary, the cultivation of compassion and loving kindness is essential in the Buddhist path to conquering self-doubt. These practices help transform negative self-perceptions into positive affirmations, fostering an environment where personal growth is nurtured rather than hindered by doubt. By embracing these qualities, individuals can develop a more compassionate relationship with themselves and others, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and confident life. In Buddhism, the concept of anatta, or non-self, is a fundamental teaching that challenges the conventional notion of a permanent, unchanging self. According to this doctrine, what we consider to be the self is merely a collection of constantly changing physical and mental components known as the five aggregates: form, sensation, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. This understanding can have a profound impact on how we perceive and deal with self-doubt. Self-doubt often arises from a rigid attachment to the idea of a fixed self. We tend to identify with our thoughts, emotions, and experiences, believing them to define who we are. When these thoughts and emotions are negative, they can lead to feelings of inadequacy and uncertainty. By embracing the concept of anatta, we begin to see that these negative thoughts and emotions are not intrinsic parts of our being, but transient phenomena that arise and pass away. Recognizing the impermanent nature of our thoughts and feelings allows us to detach from them. This detachment does not mean ignoring or suppressing them, but rather observing them without judgment or identification. When we understand that there is no fixed self to be doubted, the power of self-doubt diminishes. We realize that our worth is not tied to fleeting mental states or external achievements. Moreover, the insight into anatta encourages us to cultivate a more compassionate and forgiving attitude towards ourselves. When we no longer see ourselves as fixed entities bound by past mistakes or future anxieties, we can approach our imperfections with greater kindness. This shift in perspective helps to alleviate the harsh self-criticism that often accompanies self-doubt. The practice of anatta also fosters a sense of interconnectedness with others. When we let go of the notion of a separate self, we begin to see ourselves as part of a larger web of existence. This realization can reduce feelings of isolation and inadequacy, as we understand that everyone experiences doubt and suffering. In this way, anatta not only helps us conquer self-doubt, but also deepens our empathy and connection with others. In summary, the concept of anatta offers a transformative approach to dealing with self-doubt. By understanding that there is no permanent self to be doubted, we can detach from negative thoughts and emotions, cultivate self-compassion, and foster a sense of interconnectedness with others. This profound shift in perspective can lead to greater inner peace and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Overcoming negative thought patterns is a crucial aspect of conquering self-doubt in Buddhism. These patterns often manifest as persistent, self-critical thoughts that can undermine one's confidence and sense of worth. Buddhism offers several methods to address and transform these detrimental mental habits, primarily through mindfulness, meditation, and the cultivation of positive mental states. Mindfulness, or sati in Pali, is the practice of being fully present and aware of one's thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment. By cultivating mindfulness, individuals can observe their negative thought patterns as they arise, rather than becoming entangled in them. This awareness creates a space between the individual and their thoughts, allowing for a more objective perspective. When one recognizes a negative thought, they can acknowledge it without identifying with it, thereby reducing its power. Meditation practices such as vipassana, insight meditation, further aid in overcoming negative thought patterns. Through regular meditation, practitioners develop a deeper understanding of the impermanent and non-self nature of thoughts. This insight helps to weaken the attachment to negative thoughts and reduces their impact on one's mental state. Additionally, loving-kindness meditation, metta bhavana, specifically targets negative self-perceptions by fostering feelings of compassion and kindness towards oneself and others. By repeatedly generating these positive emotions, individuals can counterbalance and eventually replace their habitual negative thinking. Another effective method is the application of right effort, one of the components of the Noble Eightfold Path. Right effort involves the conscious cultivation of wholesome states of mind while preventing unwholesome states from arising. This proactive approach encourages individuals to nurture positive qualities such as patience, generosity, and wisdom, while diligently working to abandon harmful tendencies like anger, jealousy, and self-doubt. The teachings on anatta, non-self, also play a significant role in overcoming negative thought patterns. By understanding that there is no permanent, unchanging self at the core of one's being, individuals can begin to see their thoughts as transient phenomena rather than fixed aspects of their identity. This realization diminishes the hold that negative thoughts have over them and fosters a more flexible and resilient mindset. In addition to these practices, engaging with a supportive community or sangha can provide encouragement and reinforcement in overcoming negative thought patterns. Sharing experiences and receiving guidance from fellow practitioners can offer new perspectives and practical advice for dealing with self-doubt. Ultimately, overcoming negative thought patterns requires consistent practice and patience. By integrating mindfulness, meditation, right effort, and the understanding of non-self into daily life, individuals can gradually transform their mental landscape. This transformation leads to a more positive self-view and a greater sense of inner peace, enabling them to navigate life's challenges with confidence and clarity. In Buddhism, the Sangha, or community of practitioners, plays a crucial role in supporting individuals on their spiritual journey. The importance of Sangha cannot be overstated, especially when it comes to overcoming self-doubt. Self-doubt often thrives in isolation, feeding on the lack of external perspectives and encouragement. By being part of a Sangha, individuals are provided with a network of like-minded people who share similar goals and challenges. This sense of belonging can significantly alleviate feelings of inadequacy and uncertainty. The Sangha offers a safe space where individuals can express their doubts and fears without judgment. This open environment fosters honest communication and mutual understanding, allowing members to gain insights from each other's experiences. When one person shares their struggles with self-doubt, others in the community can offer support, advice, and reassurance based on their own journeys. This collective wisdom helps to normalize the experience of self-doubt, making it less intimidating and more manageable. Moreover, the Sangha serves as a source of inspiration and motivation. Seeing others who have successfully navigated their own self-doubts can provide a powerful reminder that overcoming these challenges is possible. The achievements and progress of fellow practitioners can act as a beacon of hope, encouraging individuals to persist in their efforts despite setbacks. This communal encouragement is invaluable in maintaining the determination needed to confront and conquer self-doubt. Participating in group activities such as meditation sessions, dharma talks, and retreats further strengthens the bonds within the Sangha. These shared experiences create a sense of unity and collective purpose, reinforcing the idea that no one is alone in their struggles. The regular practice of mindfulness and meditation within a group setting also helps to cultivate a supportive atmosphere where positive mental states can flourish. Additionally, the Sangha provides accountability. When individuals commit to their spiritual practices within a community, they are more likely to stay consistent and dedicated. The presence of others who are also committed to their paths serves as a gentle reminder to stay focused and disciplined. This accountability can be particularly beneficial when self-doubt threatens to derail one's progress. In essence, the Sangha embodies the principle that we are all interconnected and that our individual journeys are intertwined with those of others. By offering emotional support, practical advice, inspiration, and accountability, the Sangha plays an indispensable role in helping individuals overcome self-doubt. Engaging with a community of fellow practitioners not only enriches one's spiritual practice, but also provides the strength and resilience needed to face inner challenges with confidence and grace. In the journey of conquering self-doubt through Buddhism, real-life examples can serve as powerful testimonies to the transformative power of Buddhist teachings. One such example is that of Thich Nhat Hanh, a renowned Vietnamese Zen master and peace activist. Early in his life, Thich Nhat Hanh faced immense challenges, including the turmoil of the Vietnam War and subsequent exile from his homeland. Despite these adversities, he turned to the principles of mindfulness and compassion to navigate his path. By practicing deep meditation and embracing the concept of inner being, the interconnectedness of all things, he was able to transcend his self-doubt and become a global advocate for peace and mindfulness. Another inspiring story is that of Pema Chodron, an American Tibetan Buddhist nun who has written extensively on dealing with life's difficulties through Buddhist practices. Pema Chodron encountered significant personal struggles, including a painful divorce that left her questioning her self-worth. Through her studies with Chogyam Trungpa Rinpoche and her dedication to meditation practice, she learned to embrace her vulnerabilities and transform them into sources of strength. Her teachings emphasize the importance of staying present with one's emotions and using them as a gateway to deeper understanding and compassion. A more contemporary example is that of Sharon Salzberg, a prominent teacher in the insight meditation tradition. Sharon faced considerable self-doubt stemming from a tumultuous childhood marked by loss and instability. She discovered Buddhism in college and found solace in the practice of loving-kindness meditation, metta. This practice helped her cultivate a sense of inner worth and compassion for herself and others. Over time, she has become a leading voice in bringing mindfulness and loving-kindness practices to the West, helping countless individuals overcome their own self-doubt. These examples illustrate that conquering self-doubt through Buddhism is not an abstract concept, but a tangible reality achieved by many practitioners. By integrating mindfulness, compassion, and the understanding of non-self into their lives, these individuals have transformed their inner landscapes. Their journeys remind us that while self-doubt is a common human experience, it can be skillfully navigated through the wisdom and practices offered by Buddhism. Implementing Buddhist teachings in daily life to conquer self-doubt involves a series of practical steps that can be seamlessly integrated into one's routine. The first step is to cultivate mindfulness, which can be achieved through regular meditation practices. Setting aside a few minutes each day to sit quietly and focus on the breath helps to develop awareness of the present moment. This practice allows individuals to observe their thoughts and emotions without judgment, creating a space where self-doubt can be recognized and addressed. Another essential practice is the application of the eightfold path in everyday activities. Right understanding and right intention involve seeing things as they truly are and setting positive intentions for actions. By aligning thoughts and actions with these principles, one can reduce the influence of negative self-perceptions. Right speech, right action, and right livelihood encourage ethical conduct, which fosters self-respect and diminishes self-doubt. Engaging in honest communication, compassionate actions, and meaningful work contributes to a sense of purpose and confidence. Mindfulness extends beyond formal meditation sessions into daily tasks. Practicing mindful eating, walking, or even working can transform mundane activities into opportunities for self-awareness and growth. By paying full attention to each task, individuals can break free from automatic negative thought patterns that fuel self-doubt. Incorporating loving kindness, metta meditation into one's routine is another powerful tool. This practice involves generating feelings of compassion and love towards oneself and others. Regularly engaging in metta meditation helps to counteract the harsh inner critic that often accompanies self-doubt. By fostering a sense of kindness towards oneself, individuals can build a more supportive internal dialogue. The concept of anatta, or non-self, encourages letting go of rigid self-identifications that contribute to self-doubt. Reflecting on the impermanent and interconnected nature of existence can help dissolve the fixed notions of self that underpin feelings of inadequacy. This understanding allows for greater flexibility and openness in how one views oneself. Engaging with a supportive community or sangha provides encouragement and shared wisdom. Participating in group meditations, discussions, or retreats offers a sense of belonging and mutual support. Learning from others' experiences and insights can provide new perspectives on overcoming self-doubt. Finally, setting realistic goals and celebrating small achievements reinforces positive progress. Acknowledging even minor successes helps build confidence over time. Keeping a journal to track thoughts, feelings, and accomplishments can serve as a tangible reminder of growth and development. By integrating these practical steps into daily life, individuals can harness Buddhist teachings to gradually diminish self-doubt and cultivate a more confident, compassionate, and mindful existence. As we conclude this exploration of the Buddhist path to conquering self-doubt, it is essential to recognize that the journey towards self-assurance and inner peace is both deeply personal and profoundly transformative. The teachings of Buddhism offer a comprehensive framework for understanding and addressing the root causes of self-doubt. By integrating the Four Noble Truths, the Eightfold Path, mindfulness, meditation, compassion, loving kindness, and the concept of anatta into our lives, we can gradually dismantle the barriers that self-doubt erects within us. The path is not without its challenges. Overcoming ingrained negative thought patterns and habitual responses requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths about ourselves. However, it is through this very process of introspection and mindful practice that we begin to cultivate a more profound sense of self-awareness and resilience. Each step taken on this path is a step towards greater clarity, confidence, and compassion. It is also important to remember that we are not alone on this journey. The support of a community or sangha can provide invaluable encouragement and guidance. Sharing experiences, insights, and struggles with others who are on a similar path can foster a sense of belonging and mutual support that strengthens our resolve. Real-life examples of individuals who have successfully navigated their own struggles with self-doubt through Buddhist practices serve as powerful reminders that transformation is possible. These stories inspire us to persevere in our own efforts and to trust in the efficacy of the teachings. In practical terms, implementing Buddhist teachings in daily life involves consistent practice and reflection. Simple steps such as setting aside time for meditation, practicing mindfulness in everyday activities, extending compassion towards oneself and others, and seeking out supportive communities can make a significant difference. As you embark on or continue your journey towards conquering self-doubt through Buddhism, take heart in knowing that every effort you make contributes to your growth and well-being. The path may be long and sometimes arduous, but it is also rich with opportunities for learning and transformation. Embrace each moment with an open heart and mind, trusting that with dedication and practice, you will find the inner strength and peace you seek. May your journey be filled with insight, compassion, and unwavering courage. To keep expanding your spiritual awareness, click one of the videos on screen now.